Hi, friends, and welcome to the next episode of the Naria Lemaire Show. And I'm your host, Naria. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. I am a registered dietitian that specializes in weight management, gut health, and overall wellness. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about why you should pursue health and what this unique program that I offer creates for your life. Now, let's get into it. Now, one of the things I love about these episodes is I can share a little bit about who I am and why I decided to become a registered dietitian. And I like to start with that. I know most of you guys have listened to all my episodes, but in case you haven't, let's go back a little bit. And especially even if you have, this may be a little bit of new news. A question I often get from my followers, even my clients, is Nari, how are you doing this every day? How do you work out? How do you, create healthy meals, do mom things, do wife things? Like, how do you do all this and still manage to be okay, to be happy? How do you do all this? And I'm actually going to do an episode all about discipline, which is one of the biggest answers to that. But today, we're going to specifically focus on longevity. And we're going to go back to my youth days. Now, one of the biggest things I say is when we're healthy while we're younger, we don't know what it feels like to be sick. We don't know what it feels like to feel uncomfortable. We don't know what it feels like to be stuck in a wheelchair or in a bed. We don't usually know what that feels like. So when you go to your doctor visits or you're talking to your registered dietitian or your nurse and they say, "Hey, you should eat healthier, you should do physical activity," we know we should, right? We do, but we don't fully understand the consequences that could come until we age. Most of us until we get older. Now, when I was younger, I had to go through a lot of surgeries, friends. I'm talking about over 10, maybe 15, who knows, probably over 15. I lost count after 10. I was just counting, like, am I going to get to 10? Am I going to get to 10? I got to 10 and I stopped counting. Now, during that time, I would say it lasted from fourth grade until I was in high school. I don't know, 10th grade ish. During that time, I was in a wheelchair most of the time. I was in the hospital most of the time. The nurses were absolutely amazing at Rady's Children's Hospital. I have a very big spot in my heart for nurses because they did so much for me. I would spend months to years in a bed, in a wheelchair, looking out the window, looking at my friends play, looking at my cousins play, looking at them run. One of the biggest things I would feel is, or I would look at is, must be nice to go out and run. Must be nice to go out and swim. Must be nice to do that. I'm just stuck here. And low ambulation leads to, of course, some weight gain, especially if you were eating like I was. And friends, I'm telling you, I had physical therapy appointments twice a week, and I was at McDonald's twice a week. Plus, maybe probably the weekend. But I would see everyone and say, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait till I can walk, and I can't wait till I can run." Guys, friends, like seriously, I didn't run for over 20 years. I remember just feeling stuck and uncomfortable, and not just uncomfortable just sitting down all day, but uncomfortable in my body because I gained so much weight. That pain was something that I promised myself, when I get the chance to get up, walk, and run, I am not going to take advantage of that. I am going to really do my best to be active and do things to prevent myself being stuck in a bed, being stuck in a wheelchair due to preventable reasons. Sometimes, friends, yes, things happen in life to where we have to use, maybe a wheelchair, or you have to be stuck in a bed. Things happen in life. Life is not always butterflies and rainbows, but many times, especially as we age, those types of conditions could have been prevented if, when you're younger, you adopt not only a healthy diet, but a healthy and very, very important strength training physical activity regimen. Yes, I say that because I can't tell you how it feels to be stuck in a wheelchair or to be stuck in a bed for years and years. So now that I can run and I can walk, oh my gosh, I always think I'm doing this because I don't want to be that person that could have prevented something and be stuck in an uncomfortable situation. Friends, most likely you're going to age, right? You're probably going to make it over 65. And the thing is, the question here is, are you going to make it having fun, walking, running, swimming, snorkeling? I love snorkeling. Or are you going to make it to this older age uncomfortable, fatigued, full of brain fog, annoyed, irritable, constipated, hemorrhoids? How are you going to get there? You can decide, especially if you're on the preventive side, you can decide how you're going to spend those years. Because again, it's not like, oh, my last days when I'm 50, I'm just gonna, do what I do until I'm 50. No, most likely you're gonna be over that, friends. And how do you want to feel? Do you want to spend 20, 30, 40 years uncomfortable? Friends, I'm gonna tell you the answer is no. No. Not only have I seen people go through this as they age, I've worked with different age groups all the way from babies to end of life. And I've seen both stages. And guys, I'm telling you, if you have the ability to invest the time and money in your health now, do it. Because again, most likely you are going to age and you're going to want to feel good. You're going to want to play not only with your kids, which probably will be older, but your grandkids. You're going to want to do this. You're most likely going to want to travel when with your friends when you retire. You're going to want to live life. And it is up to you now, today, how that will go. It is. It's not up to your doctor. It's not up to your dietitian. It is not up to your nurse. It is not up to anyone but yourself. You have to make the choice to act and say, hey, I'm doing this for myself. Because again, most likely I am going to get to that age, but the question is, how am I going to feel when I get there? And again, things happen. I get it. Tell me 20 years ago when I was stuck in bed for 15 years. I get it. Things happen. But if you can prevent something, do it. Don't say, let me do this when a time is great. Let me do it when I finally save a few $1,000s. Let me do it when this or when that, or when I feel good or my kids are older or anything. Do it today. You have to figure out how you can invest in your health today because life will never be perfect. It won't. Life will never be butterflies and rainbows. That's not what's going to happen. You have to just make the decision. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. You have to do this. Now, when you are pursuing your health journey, you don't decide to be active or eat healthy when you feel like it, or you're happy, or you're excited. You do it when you're mad. You do it when you're annoyed. Sorry, I feel like I have a hair here. You do it all the time, happy, annoyed, sad, joyful, angered, irritable. I'm not gonna ask how you if you feel like doing it. I don't ask myself. And guys, if you follow, you already know. Usually, I'm just like, I don't wanna, but I'm gonna. I remember how I felt being stuck in that bed, being stuck in that wheelchair, gaining all that weight and being so uncomfortable. I remember that like it was yesterday. And I'm gonna tell you, you do not want to get to that place. You don't. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. You're going to want to pursue this healthy journey no matter if you're stressed, no matter if you're happy, no matter if you just had babies, no matter if they're growing up and they're toddlers and they're jumping the walls. Funny story, by the way, I have to share this. I have an 11-year-old, I have two boys, and over my bed, I have like this. I don't even know what to call it. There's like a little area on the top side of my closet where technically someone could fit in there, and my son's like, Mom, what's up there? I'm like, dude, it's just like spider webs and who knows. One day I'm going in my room and I'm like, where is he? And he's like, Mom. And I look up and he's up there. I'm like, dude, what are you doing up there? This guy, he's like, remember, Mom, I love parkour. Parkour. It was the funniest thing. But anyway, side story, that just kind of teared me there. But friends, you're gonna want to do it no matter what age your kids are. You're gonna want to do it if you're single, if you're married, no matter what, because most likely the current situation is going to be there for a while. You have to figure out how you're going to do it. You're going to want to do it today because, again, I'm telling you, if you wait, it's going to be harder. It's going to be much harder, and many things will be not. It'll just be difficult, friends. You have to take my word on this. You have to do it. And even if you're a healthcare provider, you already know this. You see it. You know this. If you're not, I'm telling you, if you go volunteer at a long-term care facility, or if you volunteer at anywhere in a hospital clinic, you can get an eye of what your future could be if you don't. Talk to your doctor, talk to your nurse, talk to your dietitians. We will tell you, but it's up to you to act. You have to act and not make excuses. This is coming again from someone who was stuck in bed in a wheelchair forever. No matter what your excuses, there's always a solution. There's always a solution. Rarely is there not. And that's going to be something that, again, you do one thing at a time. You never want to look at the end goal. You always want to focus on, okay, I am in this situation. I don't necessarily have a full solution, but what's one thing I can do to pursue my health today? It could be something as, hey, dude, I'm going to hydrate my body. That's a start. I'm going to work on my nighttime routine. That's a start. Naria, I don't have money today. I can't invest in my health today. That's fine. But what can you do for now, today, that you do not have any available funds? What can you do that doesn't cost any money? You can go outside and walk. You can go, and again, work on that nighttime routine, work on that morning routine, work on your circadian rhythms. You can start to do something. It's not that I don't have the money today to invest. I'm going to wait until I'm able to invest. Till then, I'm not going to start nothing. That mentality of all or nothing, it's not going to get you anywhere. It is not an all or nothing game, friends. It is not. You never want to seek perfection here. You want to just look for growth. Are you growing? Are you doing more than yesterday? Are you doing 1% more than last year, than last month? What are you doing here? There's always a reason why. There's always excuses you can find, but I challenge you to find a solution. Find a way to do it. Find a way to invest in your health. Find it. And sometimes you're not going to have support from your friends and family. Sometimes you're not. I've worked with enough people that I can tell you sometimes it doesn't happen. Usually I'm like, please, I hope that they have support because it makes it so much better. But many times people don't. When I was an intern years ago, I was interning at a children's hospital, and we were doing outpatient services. Come and came a teenager and his mom, and the teenager really wanted to get healthy. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she's absolutely amazing. I love that the team took initiative to come and make this appointment. And he was telling us about his goals and so forth. Then the dietitian asked the mom, hey, how do you feel you can support your teen with this? And one of the things that I will just always remember, she said, this is on him. Like, if he wants to get healthy, that's on him. I'm still going to drink my soda. I'm still going to drink my, or eat my bread. I'm still going to buy my cookies because I am not doing it. He's doing it. And the teen's face was just like, you can tell that this was a conversation that he's had with his mom before, that he really was seeking that support and wasn't getting it. Friends, sometimes you're not going to have the support. Maybe you're around that teen's age. Maybe you're older. Maybe you're 40. Maybe you're 50. Maybe you're 30. Maybe you're 20. I don't know. But there's always a way. There's always a way. There's so many different podcasts. There's so many different people that can support you throughout your journey. Listen to them in the morning. Wake up and pop those podcasts and get your day going on a positive note. Friends, so today I want to challenge you to take action. Wherever you're at today, I want you to ask yourself, what can I do to further improve my health as I get older? Am I focused on longevity here? Am I focused just on today? What am I focusing on? Because that's going to matter. What are you focusing on today, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What are you focusing on? Growth will always be vital. Comment below. By the way, I know my previous video, some of the comments were off. I totally didn't know. One of my clients was like, Nari, I can't comment. Comments are on here, buddy. Please comment below. Tell me what you got out of this episode. And friends, if this episode brought any value to your health journey, please subscribe. As you know by now, I don't interview other individuals. This podcast is to give you tips that I can provide as a registered dietitian based on my experience, as my just life experience, my experience as a dietitian, and working with thousands of people at this point. Friends, I would definitely appreciate it. Any questions, comment below, send me an email, narialamayor@gmail.com. Until next time, bye, friends.
And don't forget to subscribe.